Hey, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Makakradash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor Camp here in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth, and Lord willing, it can be edifying. And this is a video done a couple days back. I actually watched it, and I saw the news article on it, and I'm just not getting around doing a video on it through the spirit, of how, basically the top Canadian banks mysteriously go offline. There were some disruptions. People were reporting that they couldn't access their money, at ATMs nor their online accounts. And this is something that through the spirit we've been speaking on, dealing with how they set, they're getting ready to crash the dollar. And there's going to be bank runs, and kind of explaining what this, what that is. If this guy doesn't explain it, he brings out great information. I'm going to play maybe the first 5 minutes of this video and basically, link it through the scriptures. Because Esau has to set things up for his new system. Okay, we know ultimately he wants to do away with this fiat currency, dealing with the US dollar and potentially looking at something digital. And ultimately, we know that new form of currency is going to be what? The MOTB, okay, which is the Charagma, man. It's the Charagma. This is the system that they want to bring in. This is what they've been trying to do, for a very long time, and if it be the Lord's will, this thing comes soon because, that's one of the last major prophecies that have to come to pass before America, Babylon the Great, is destroyed, man. That has to come before World War III pops off fully. We see that the Lord is setting things in motion, and this is a narrative, they could be running these little test runs, but this is a narrative that they may very well push, to bring about what? That new system, okay? But in order to bring about that new system, they have to do away with the old system, right? So interesting enough, there was some outages, and they've been dealing with this freedom convoy up in Canada. They've been dealing with that, and they were talking about it coming to America, and they want to, basically they're calling people domestic terrorists if they support, these truckers, if they support this movement, so to speak, or even if you fund it. So if they, you're going to hear a little bit of it. I'm going to play some of it, but man, this is a very interesting scenario, or entrance way that they could use, to crash this system, man. But get right into it. I'm going to play about 5 minutes of this video.
Hey there, hope all is well. Back at you today with some more RT News updates. And as you can tell from today's title, Congress is coming after your 401k. America's pension crisis is getting worse. I'm going to be covering several different articles, all dealing with the ongoing pension crisis we're experiencing here in America and what is to come. And so we're only 4 days into the new year, and already we have news about countries deciding to remove themselves or rethink the dollar, or aka dump the dollar. President Erdogan in Turkey tells his citizens in order to help the country out, it'll be in your
This right here is just an intro.
best interest to go under your pillow, grab the dollars, the euros, and gold. And as you tell from today's title, how the baby boomers will lose their retirement nest egg, I want to share with you a couple thoughts as well as some articles on how the next market correction will be catastrophic for a lot of people. Always cash crisis. Worse about Venezuela once again to make important banks. They removed the 1,000 monetary All right, we are connected midday for an RTD News update. Came across a lot of interesting subject matter that I thought I would just share my 2 cents on, and ran a little bit, so won't be long, but just wanted to highlight a couple things worth bringing to your attention and how what's happening in Canada could possibly parallel what could be coming here in the U.S. In the not too distant future. And so hope everyone's doing well, as always. Streaming live for a moment. If you don't mind the chat, let me know where you're watching from. If you're tuning in, hit the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified. Anyway, let's jump right in. So within the last 24 hours, bank runs. The term bank run, rather, has been trending heavily, and just jump right into it. And so I just typed in bank run on Twitter. And this is an interesting picture from 56 minutes ago of some gentleman named Patrick. Not sure, know nothing about him, but it looks like he's at an ATM machine and he's withdrawing some Canadian dollars. So that's a sign as to what's happening up in that region there. Then, of course, as you go throughout just this upcoming trend, it just looks like bank runs is getting a lot of attention. So let's jump into an article that was released a couple hours ago from Zero Hedge. And it says, bank run, Canada's top banks mysteriously go offline. And so within the last 48 hours, in response to Trudeau's Monday's announcement on freezing bank accounts for people who participate in the protest. And of course, a lot of buzzwords has been given to us. And what the first thing that came to my mind was that event occurring right now in Canada can easily be used on the home front here in the U.S. when it comes to the most recent or the announcement, rather, of the domestic terrorism list and criteria for what would make up that. But anyway, just a quick run as to what's going on and how this stuff is worth paying attention to. So, it says here, days after Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said he would invoke emergency orders to crack down on demonstrators by freezing their bank accounts, 5 major Canadian banks went offline on Wednesday night, as customers reported their funds were unavailable, according to the technology website Bleeping Computer. It says the Royal Bank of Canada, Bank of Montreal, Scotia Bank, TD Bank Canada, and the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce were all hit with an unexplainable outage on Wednesday. And so,
and first and foremost, man, you gotta be a fool to think that this wasn't that this was a coincidence, man. This just so happened. When he just mentioned that the Prime Minister, which is the equivalent to the President of Canada, just recently before that mentioned, anybody supporting this freedom convoy, that they would freeze their bank accounts, man. And how this guy rethinking, his channel is Rethinking the Dollar, man. He brings out a lot of good financial information, it goes into inflation and all of that, and he basically understands that the dollar will crash, man, but best believe this would be something that they could easily pull over here. You see that there's an attack on truth speech, man. They might call it hate speech. They might try to, what they call it, misinformation. All right, but it's the truth is going out. All right, and especially right here, man. Okay, this gospel of the kingdom. All right, this truth, this new song that we're singing, about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans being the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, right? They want to get us off, as I've been saying, man. They want to get us off the airways, and they're creating a narrative of what? Domestic terrorism. Those that anybody speaking against, what they have going on, basically, deal with the possibility of what? They could freeze your fucking bank account, man. That could be something that they might pull on a broad scale. Those that are, rejecting that thing, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, on a mass scale, because a lot of people aren't with it no more, man. All right, they're relaxing all the mandates. All right, you see, it didn't last too long, but see, you don't think that this shit just is over. Like the scripture say, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. So you gotta, Esau had something else up his sleeve. Yeah, the whole C-19 situation pretty much is waning, because it didn't come to fruition, but Esau has something else, up his damn sleeve. You gotta be paying attention. All right. You can't be out here being spiritually damn sleep, man. All right, and that's most of these people. They don't see what's coming. They don't know what's coming. You could wake up one day, and they also are pushing the narrative of what Russia doing a cyber attack that could cripple our banking system. which more than likely would be a false flag. They would blame Russia, but this would be something that the United States does in order to what? Bring about that NWO, bring about that new digital currency to do away with the old currency, man. And they would cause what? Bank runs. And a bank run basically is when I've explained it before. I'll explain it on a small scale. You got your Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, TD Bank. You have a local bank, and say that bank has $1 million at the bank, and this is just hypothetical. It could have more, it could have less. But, I'm talking about, at this particular branch, people that have accounts, all that, or savings at this particular bank. Now, what they do is if you get a direct deposit or you got a savings account or anything, and you have money in that account, they'll take that money and they'll loan that money out, and they're making money on the money that you're giving. All right. Most of that money that is, that's in circulation isn't physically there. They don't just take your $1,000, so to speak, and just leave it in a box. No, they put that money to work. They make money on that money. That's why you'll get interest on that money. It won't be a whole lot. Esau definitely has this system rigged, man, and he gonna flip your money, but he only gonna give you a small portion for taking your money. But once again, you have a bank with $1 million. It's a lot. You have a bank with $1 million, all right, that's being loaned out, is at that bank, all right, but it might be only like $200,000 physically at that bank. Might not even be that. And imagine everybody that has an account at this particular branch goes and takes. They want to pull all their money out. Well, if you go and try to pull all your money out, all of your money isn't available. All of your money wouldn't be available. They would. This happened during the Great Depression, and what would that cause, man? All right, first of all, that would cause straight up, outrage. People will be pissed off that they can't get their money. All right, or they see the system is crashing, or their money is absolutely gone, man. Their money could be absolutely fucking gone. That's why, hey, we don't put our trust and faith in this damn world, man. You got a lot of motherfuckers that have, thousands upon thousands of dollars in these cryptos. All right, well, if they turn the damn internet off, if they fake a damn EMP attack or some shit, or have a authentic one, all right, all this money that you spend in these shits, man, they go bye-bye. All right, that's why, all right, the hopeful let, we don't, we're in the world, all right, but we're not of the world, man. Yeah, we dwell here because we have to, until the Lord saves us, but we don't have our heart in this thing. All right, but that, man, people are off themselves, man, and guess what? If people can't access their damn money, or the money's not there altogether, that bargain system is going to have to come back, and how are people going to pay for food? People might have cash on hand, but it's going to be in short supply, it's going to be in short supply. We know inflation, or hyperinflation is going to be a thing, and they're devaluing the currency as we speak, man. They've been doing this. All right, the American dollar isn't shit, anymore. Okay, and people are starting to understand that. Everybody but Jake, of course, because Jake, he take that shit and spread that shit up his arm, and Jake be killing each other for them damn FRNs, man, those Federal Reserve notes. All right, but going back to the bank run, you would have everybody pull their money out, try to pull their money out at the same time, man, and they wouldn't be able to, and it basically would cause these banks to go out of business. All right, just to sum it up. And that would have an impact on the stock market and on the economy as a whole. So that's just one bank. Imagine that shit going on, all right, from the East Coast to the West Coast, man. All right. It would be, hey, this would cause global turmoil, man, because, hey, everything pretty much filters through Babylon the Great. But I'm going to continue playing.
How exactly do you begin to try to explain that? You don't. We're in very rough times right now, and there's a lot of pressure being put on the governments because they have overstepped their boundaries, and there's a pushback. There's a resistance underway. And so the power outages of the top 5 banks, how would you explain that? It was a coordinated exercise, warm-up, or just an event to basically prepare the depositors for what's possibly coming, and then that plays into all the cyber Polygon stuff as well that's unfolding in the same time. But
right, and Cyber Polygon was an exercise, just like Event 201. All right, where they did an exercise of how they would react to a global pandemic. All right, well, Cyber Polygon was something close, similar to that. What would happen if there, basically you had a lights out situation, or you have the internet going out, and how they would deal with it. All right, they do these little test runs before they fully roll it out. So we know they're going to attack this electric grid. They're going to attack the internet in some way, form, or fashion very soon, man. And it could be any day. Whenever the Lord puts the Spirit on them to do it, is when they'll do it, man.
When you have the 5 top banks go out at the same time, it's definitely not a coincidence. And so it's either a response out of concern and fear from the financial institutions up there, or a last-minute scramble to try to pull off something in case it gets bad. They want to test and see if they have the capabilities of actually trying to disconnect citizens from their funds if they needed to, due to the concerns of bank runs. And so I'm assuming since now things have died down a little bit, but the trend or term #bank run is still trending. And so here's just a couple more things from this article here. Let me get it up here real quick. And as always, for those tuning in, just trying to do something a little bit different and get to some news articles right away. But that right there was a dud. Keep it moving. Anyway, so if you look at something on Google Trends, as you guys can see, within the last couple of days, it is coming down a little bit, but the term bank run is still continuing to, grow. It still tends to get people's interest. So that's just something worth also.
Right, and that's pretty much the point. All right, but that's what was trending on Twitter. That's something that it's in people's minds, man. They're already ready to ditch. All right, these banks ditch the damn dollar, man. All right, but let's get into the scriptures, man, because that's a possibility. Not saying that's necessarily going to happen, but that spirit is out there. All right, shit's going to come to a halt here in America, Babylon the Great. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the street, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low." But basically, this is going into, man, that grinders ceasing. All right, the work. All right, the scriptures say in Isaiah that neither shall there be any work for Egypt. All right, we know America, Babylon the Great is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. There's not going to be soon. There's not going to be any jobs, man. All right, there's going to come a time where your day-to-day hustle and bustle is going to come to a halt, man. All hell's going to be breaking loose. You ain't going to be worried about going to no fucking job, man. You think people going to be worried about going to work if they can't get their money and get paid? If you can't access your money, how are people going to get pay for gas? Because, hey, even if people do have cash, that's only going to be in short supply. Salakia. That's only going to be in short supply, man. People got to fill up their tanks. People got to get groceries. How are people going to pay for groceries? All right. See, they're going to resort to what? Just taking shit, man. That's the spirit that's going to come upon these people in that day, man. All right. And it's not going to be any more civilization, so to speak. All right. Because these people claim that they're so civilized. They're civilized until their life, their bullshit ass lives are threatened. All right. And this is something that would definitely threaten their lives, man. I did a video not too long ago going into what would happen if there was an EMP, and how the stock market would crash. And just within the 48 hours, man, you would have these bank runs and whatnot. Everybody trying to pull their money out. We were damn near instantly going to a damn depression, man. Okay? Shit in America, Babylon the Great is going to come to a halt. Why? Because they want to bring about what? A new system. A new system where they have full control. All right, and you're not going to be able to speak against what they got going on, because guess what? They'll turn your shit off, man. I want to get that. we can finish off there. Because this is ultimately what they're trying to usher in. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse, I'm going to start at verse 15. It says, he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, right? Causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. And that word mark in the Greek is charagma, in their right hand or in their forehead. All right, this is a physical mark, man. All right, that CHIP, that RFID technology, right? All right, they're gonna cause them all to see. Hey, something's gonna happen, and this system you're not gonna be able to take a $10 bill and go pay for something. Like it's about to say, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you're not going to be able to buy or sell. You're not going to be able to go to work. You're not going to be able to function in this society unless you have this thing. That's where they want to push this, man. And you actually have guys amongst Israel that don't believe this. All right, and some of these damn Edomites in the world, man, they didn't understand what the damn MOTB is, man. Show you how knuckleheaded Jake be, man. All right. But hey, everybody, in their lot, so to speak. All right, but nonetheless, this is something that's coming quickly. Those guys going to be confounded in that day, man. All right, and they probably going to take the shit. They probably going to justify taking it, and the scriptures say, hey, you take that shit, hey, you going to be tormented, man, with fire and brimstone. It says that in Revelation 14th chapter. All right, but this is what they're leading to. All right, nobody's going to be able to buy or sell unless you have that thing. They already pretty much have, in the works, a digital dollar. All right, I can see them even doing away with these cryptocurrencies, man. All right, because Esau wants to retain that control, man. He doesn't want the power in the hand of the people. He wants to be on top and everybody be perpetual slaves, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to become a perpetual debt slave through that system, man. And they're going to sell that as a way out, man. Say chaos does erupt, which we know the scriptures say that it will. All hell will break loose at some point. They're going to sell that as a way to get back to normal. That's what they did with this damn, with that V. All right. A way to get back to normal. So you can come up out of your houses, so you can get back to work, get back to your bullshit ass life. That's what they're going to do now. That's what they're going to do now. They're going to tell you to put this technology inside of you. All right. So you can get back a sense of normalcy. All right. Once all hell breaks loose. So we know, man, famine is about to, come back in a big way. Cannibalism is coming back in a big way. Scripture say the love of many shall wax cold. All right, and people gonna just want shit to be peaceful again, man. And they're gonna be sold another pipe dream once again. All right, by Esau, the so-called white man. All right, and these people gonna be had in derision. All right, because you take that shit, man. All right, you gonna catch a missile, man. That's just the truth. And that's when we're going to fully unplug and trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. The elect isn't going to take, all right, this technology. Salakia. The elect isn't going to partake in that, man. All right, but nonetheless, man, they got bank runs trending. All right, that's very interesting. We'll see what's going on in the coming days, man, but we know, hey, they got some shit up their sleeve that they ready to pull. They just, the order comes from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. All right, below them, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahushua B'Hashem Makakradash. Next, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, shalom.